Hey guys, okay, so we just wrapped up the Silverado, thankfully, so hopefully that video will come before this one. But now we're going to try to wrap up a couple of things on the Ranger that we still have left. So some stupid little things like I need to change the belt. I'd like to put a backup camera in, as well as a microphone. The radio doesn't have a mic. And then these are some vent visors. If we get real crazy, which is probably not going to happen tonight, but this will be a multi-day video. I would love to finally put the skid plate in, as well as I actually was able to find a rust-free door, or mostly rust-free door. So this is off an 03, it'll bolt right up, shouldn't have any issues whatsoever. This will be a replacement for the driver's door, which is totally seized shut. So it'd be really nice to actually regain some functionality to this door, but right now the bottom latch is totally seized. So I might monkey around with that a little bit tonight, but we're gonna do a couple of small little things just to really increase the drivability of the vehicle. Not like the backing up is an issue. However, it'd be really nice to have just a really close range camera directly for when I'm backing up to, say, like the trailer. So I'm gonna get started on this one. First thing we're gonna knock out is the belt, and then we're gonna go from there. What's going on today, guys? Okay, so the last time you guys saw the Ranger, we were working on a couple of things. I had actually cut the bottom part of the door out to be able to get the door open. We got this nice black door mounted, and just as quickly as we got the black door mounted, it's coming off because I was able to actually find the Oxford white door that I needed. Unironically, I ended up going to a different junkyard that I'd never been to before. found a very, very nice condition Oxford white door, kind of figured between painting and whatnot, not even necessarily just cost, but just overall quality. It's going to be easier for me to just change the doors out and swap them out rather than for me to go back and paint this one. This door is technically perfect, which is sad. However, this is also a 2000 door, so there's also that part of me that's like, hey, you know, it's 2000 and 2000. So it is what it is. So we're going to get this swapped out. Also, I'd like to do a couple other things. I did off camera just because it doesn't matter at all. Swap out the LED in there just because it was pissing me off that it was an incandescent. Didn't match out. I'd like to pull the cluster to swap all the LEDs out in there. There's a burnt out peanut bulb in there that's also irritating me. I do have LED headlight bulbs. I need to figure out why one of my fogs stopped working. I don't think it's a big deal. Worst case, it's just a connector. Additionally, for the back, I do have this kind of open. I have everything actually kind of yard saled for right now. I'd like to gut the jumper seats. I'm never ever going to use these, and actually we'll just bite the bullet on that. I'd like to gut the jumper seats out of here. That all this can be eliminated. All it is another point for rattles, so these can be removed. I'd like to pull the additional back seatbelt out of that door. It's really, really easy. I did learn how to do all that when I was pulling apart the other door. So I've got a couple things I'd like to get done on this, as well as it needs to be power washed. And some fun things like that. I need to add a microphone for the radio. I actually realized when I installed this door that both back speakers aren't working, so I think it's just some stupid connectors. I need to put in one of these stupid Chinesium backup cameras to make my life a little bit easier. Here's the headlights, and here's the peanut bulbs. So that should be it for the Ranger. And also it just needs a wash. I went and picked up some Mustang parts, went down a dirt road, and the whole truck is now kind of filthy. So coming over to the Mustang now, pretty much exactly how you left. I haven't really done a whole lot. I threw some parts in the passenger seat. Coming over here, I did pick up some new stuff. So I picked up a console out of an 04 that I would like to put in. The nice thing about these is they have a cup holder, which is going to be just super, super nice comparatively to the old style. I did pick up a new steering wheel that we can get changed out. As well as a door sill. I'm pretty sure that this is going to be slightly off, but that's okay. I'm all right with that. As well as this is what I attempted to install a while back, actually. My buddy Cody found the correct one. This is the actual period era correct latch for the hood. I don't know what is on there. It's something not correct at all. So, and then finally, this is the AC puller, AC pulley that I had ordered a while back that I would like to get installed just because it's squeaking right now real bad and I don't want it to seize up. I did pick up a transmission for this. It is in the trunk right now. Just for space, as you can kind of see, I'm a little spatially limited right now with a lot of different things. I have a lot of different projects all working forward at the same time. So, so I did pick up a transmission for this. I don't know if we're going to put the automatic trans in after all. I do have a lead on a manual trans, and there's a good chance that we are going to scrap the automatic trans idea entirely and just swap over, go to a manual trans setup, just skip all the BS. We're probably going to kind of still sticking with the theme of the car as kind of being like a dirt cheap kind of, you know, do as much of this as we possibly can rather than buy as much as we possibly can. I think I'm going to do like a $100 Amazon puck style clutch, real cheap flywheel. I think I can get one for like $100 from what I can see. And just like really bare bones, easy stuff. I was able to, I think I've bought now 3 sets of lowering springs for this thing. I'm going back and forth. Whenever you lower these, you really should do caster camber plates. I'm back and forth if I'm going to do those or not on this, but we'll see. Most of this stuff is used, so at least you can kind of see that. I did pick up a drive shaft loop, so that is something I do want to run on that specifically, just because the car's kind of beat in general. Lastly, for the truck that never seems to want to run right, I happened to pick up something kind of cool, which is actually kind of why I picked up a lot of the other stuff. I saw these on Facebook. These were on a junkyard that does Facebook posts, oddly enough. These are leather seats out of an '09 Silverado. These are very rare. Um, Anytime that these are available near me, they're pretty much almost immediately picked. So I went on the second day. These are already starting to get picked over. I think one of the backs is missing on these. But I was able to get them. I have pretty much everything complete for them. So I now have leather electric seats for them. It was a crew cab, not an extended. I think I could technically put the rear seat in the extended cab, but I just didn't. That didn't really matter to me. So I do have that for the 2012 whenever we get that correct, whenever we figure that out. And I also did get a compression tester for that truck, so we can see what's going on with cylinder 6. I personally think it's a valve spring. Hopefully it's not a valve. Hopefully it's not a head gasket, but we'll see. So I need to get cooking in here. I have so much stuff to do in here. I've been doing, unfortunately, we did this fence recently for a little bit more privacy, as well as I've been working on some interior plumbing stuff. So I've been burning both ends of the candle lately. So I really need to get cooking on a lot of this stuff. So I'm gonna pull this door, probably pull the rest of that interior stuff, and just keep cooking, and we'll come back to you when we got an update. All right, guys, so we have the backside pretty much done. I'm going to leave the panels off for right now. I want to get the rear speakers working. I think it's something in the harness for the radio, but that's okay. I have to plug the microphone and the backup camera into the back of the radio anyways, so not a big deal there. I'm going to have to pull it, so kind of like two birds, one stone. I have to do a couple things back there as well as I need to pull the cluster, which I'm probably going to do right now to get all that squared away. But I think this is a huge improvement. I have a ton more space back here. Plus, I was able to find a couple of the rattles that were kind of driving me a little crazy. So, plus the door works perfectly. I'm going to make sure I lubricate it nicely, and then we're going to wash everything once everything's done. So, I'm going to go mic silent again, start pulling everything, and we'll go from there. Older Fords are always easy to tell which ones are the Elimination bulbs because they're always a black housing, and your standard ones for all of your, let's say your idiot lights, are always going to be like a tan or a white. Okay, so sorry about the noise in the background. Sammy's doing some grinding, but all you have to do to change out these little peanut bulbs, and sometimes you need a pair of pliers. See if I carried here. Yep. So, take a pair of pliers like this. You gently work it back and forth. They will come free. Sometimes they break, but most of the time they come free. So you just work them back and forth. Come on. Like that. See how that one broke? Okay. All right, in this instance, all of them broke except one. So do be careful. I'm not so concerned, but do be careful if you feel the need to be careful. Replacing them is pretty simple. Height is a concern, so you do need to go with like a lower height option. So I went with kind of an interesting piece, and you guys will see it. Yeah, they're a little bit of a weird one. And they should replicate the height of a standard bulb. So let's see how it's right like that, right there. So I am not entirely sure if these are polar. So an issue with LED bulbs, occasionally they are polar, meaning that they are one way or the other. So this is a brand I'd never seen before, but the bulbs look kind of cool, so I want to give them a shot. And they also look to be kind of bright. So what I'll end up doing is I'll end up doing the guess and check method of plugging these all in, seeing if they all light up or not, and if they don't all light up, then I will just pull the ones that don't light up, flip the bulb 180 degrees, it should light up. If it doesn't light up, might be the bulb, swap the bulb out and go from there. So all of these are done. I'm gonna make sure that these all work. I do have one other style of LED, but I hope that these ones work because these ones, again, do look kind of cool, and I want to give these a shot for what they are, and hopefully these are all good to go. But beyond that, we're gonna put these to the side for right now. Okay, this is all trash. Again, try not to cut yourself if you end up in this situation, but we're gonna move on to do a little bit more wiring. I have like 5 wiring projects that all are in the same area, so we're all going to do them at the exact same time. So give me just a minute and we'll be right back. Okay, so we quickly just vacuumed. We're going to throw a terminal onto the remote power wire. This is going to allow us to use some quick connectors We have a couple things running off of this now. We're going to have not only the amp running off of it, we have a relay that is triggering, this will also trigger a relay to give us power to the powered seats again. So this isn't a huge deal since it's just a reference wire, not a big deal. I'm also going to be running this off it, which is going to go to the radar detector. The radar detector is an ultra low power source. Again, I'm not concerned at that point because, again, since it's such a low amount of power, it should not be a big deal whatsoever. So I'm going to put this on one, as well as I need to put the reverse input wire, which is this purple wire. I need to also do one on there. The reverse input wire is going to end up being a receiver wire for a wire that is going to be going off the reverse lights. Basically, this is just going to be seeing 12 volts. So you're going to go like this right here, and then make sure, yeah, very good. There. So off of the camera itself, this is just a generic camera I bought on Amazon. Again, sorry for the noise, but going off of going from the camera on Amazon, take a look. I did do quite a bit of work in the camera world for a little while, so I do have a very good idea of how all this stuff generally works. So let me show you how it is done. Okay, so this is going to be the chassis harness. Okay, here's going to be the camera. So the camera's obviously going to be mounted at the rear. The camera is going to be emitting signal. Okay, so here's going to be the video signal right here. Here's going to be the power source. Okay, very likely what ends up typically happening in this situation. Okay, so the power source is going to be coming from here, right? You typically end up being able to tie in the power from here and here, okay? And then we're going to tie it into the reverse lights, okay? This power wire simply runs the entire length of this cable. So it's not powering the cable itself or anything like that. It just runs along the lines. And then this power wire is going to go into the reverse input wire, because then we don't have to jump into anything up there. It's nice and easy and immediately fires as soon as we hop on there. And then the black is just simply a ground. So this we just mount up, and then it is super simple and pretty much straightforward. This one does have a cheesy little light on it. I don't know, it was 10 bucks. I don't really care. It was something nice and easy to do. So that is what we are going to run. This is just going to be nice because, again, I have this huge display, so it's something very nice to add in. Very lastly, now that we have those two connectors added in, going back and looking at all of my connections, it looks like potentially either I had crimped the potentially the wire coating, or just something silly like that. Whatever it ended up being, I'm not super concerned. We're just gonna redo the connections to the rear speakers. Hopefully that fixes the issue, and then we'll be good to go from there. So I'm actually already got them all pre-done up as far as getting everything ready to go. So as soon as we get this, and again, see, that's exactly what you want to avoid. And then right there, just like to pull it out. We're getting a little short in tooth as far as the length on this, so we'll be a little bit more careful going forward. But we'll get this all squared away, and this should be about ready to go into the dash. We're gonna have to take a little bit more time to get everything set on this, because now we're gonna have 2 additional connections, as well as I'd like to be able to charge my phone off this. I do run a wireless CarPlay module that is not part of the Boss unit at all with this radio. It just is a nice little upgrade. So I run that in coordination with this. So the only downside is it doesn't charge my phone occasionally when I do need it, which is not all of the time, but sometimes I do want it. And unfortunately, in this truck, the radio is so big that it blocks the two cigarette lighters on side to side, and you could say that that's a bad thing. I don't actually mind it, except in that instance. So, but I do have a power source right off the radio, which I prefer to use anyways. So I will need to pull these through regardless. And again, this is the microphone input. We've got the microphone right there. So basically, it just kind of all works out that we're getting everything done at once. So I'm going to get this wired up. Then I think the next step is probably going to be to run the wiring for the radar detector, because that's also in the dash. Then I'm going to have to turn around, run the backup camera wiring. Then probably check the lights for the dash, and then kind of the very last piece is going to be putting in the radio, oddly enough. So lots of just little back and forth stuff, but thankfully it's kind of all come to a head, and we are wrapping it up. I'd really like to get a couple additional things done today, but man, have I been working on this thing for about 5 hours today already, and I'd really like to do some other stuff today too. So we'll keep going, and I'll come back to you guys when there's some more significant updates. we're up here, we're going to change the headlights. So, the only thing with these is these might not fit with this portion, and I think that might be true. But there's a couple people talking about how they were having just good luck with them just sitting in there anyways. And to be honest, I don't think that they're going to back out, even if that were the case. So I'm just going to stick these in there. These are like an LED, so they should be way brighter. But we shall see. So quickly, I just made some splash shields, if you could see those. I use this style of like fog light bulb, for example, and I'm worried that like water going into the back of it from me not really like having anything on the back side there would cause failure. So I just made some out of some ABS plastic real quick, and seems to be okay. So now I think I only have to run the video wire, and I think we are almost done. Awesome. Okay, let's test it real fast. Okay, we're gonna let the radio boot real quick. Okay, let's see. And we are in perfect shape. That's exactly what we want. Awesome. Okay then, I just need to mount it up. Excellent. That is perfect. The camera looks like it has a little overexposed, but from my side, this is actually perfect. See if we go like this. Perfect. Awesome. Quickly flipping over while we still have a little bit of daylight, we're going to hop over to the Mustang. Now, this might prove a bit challenging, but we're going to give it a shot. Convertible top. Okay, there we go. Okay. So the only thing I can't remember if these ones had. Oh, okay. There it goes. Actually, nice and easy. We're not going to wire this right now. We're just going to put it in and fix it at a later time. I need this one to be semi-present. The other one will just chill. They don't need to do anything. Now last but certainly not least, we're finally changing the hood latch. My buddy Cody was able to find me the correct era latch. We don't actually know what this is off of. We imagine something early, like probably like 94, 95, but it's super annoying to open, so we're gonna change it.